What if? What if we were to eliminate the word can't out of our vocabulary altogether? What if making excuses was no longer an option? Mark Twain once said that the two most important days of your life is the day that you were born and the day that you figured out why. Let me explain. We all face obstacles in life. At some point, we have to overcome adversity. For me, that started on day one. I was born with amniotic band syndrome. That left me with only a thumb and a pinky on each hand. The doctors told my parents that I wouldn't be able to play on the monkey bars, and that I would struggle playing sports. Kids on the playground said, "You'll never be able to write. You'll never be able to tie your own shoe." I never wanted to be looked at like I couldn't do something because of something I couldn't control. I never let myself use my hands as an excuse. I made it my mission to do everything like a normal kid, and that included sports. I grew up believing that I could do anything I put my mind to. No matter what people told me or what names they called me, I wouldn't let that stop me. I was bullied more than any other kid I knew, but I knew that those were just words, and those words turned into fuel, and that fuel motivates me every day of my life. It took me 23 years to truly realize that I was born with a gift and not a curse. It took me that long to be able to take my hands out of my pockets and to show the world that I was comfortable with being who I am. And that's someone who is unique, just like every single one of you here today. Now, I didn't come to this realization overnight. It took me all my life and a lot of challenges and a lot of struggles to come to this. But what I realized was that once I was able to speak about my hands, that it was so empowering that I knew I had to spread this message to everyone. So I had an idea. My idea was to create an organization. I named it Can't Is Not an Excuse, and I used it as a platform to do motivational videos, to create a blog, and to do speeches to talk about this message. I did it in large part because I truly believe that we can do anything we set our mind to, as long as we do two things. We have a positive outlook on life, and we believe in our abilities wholeheartedly. So let's talk about this word can't. Ever since I was in elementary school, people have told me what I can and can't do. Mike, you can't play high school basketball. Mike, you can't be a collegiate athlete. Mike, you can't and you won't be successful. I'm standing here in front of you today, proudly knowing and believing that I have accomplished all of those things. For me, this was something that was so big in my life. And what I wanted to do was explain this to everyone else. So, this word can't. I want you to think about it right now. Think about everyone in your life who ever told you you can't do something. We use this word every single day in our life. And the thing is, though, is that we don't realize the impact that it has on us. So, take this for example. If I were to sit you down in a room, and over the course of an hour, I were to ask you a whole bunch of pointed questions, and I knew that your answer would be, I can't. Can you do this? No, I can't. Can you do that? No, I can't. Over the course of that hour, you're going to feel so disheartened in your own abilities that you're going to feel like your weaknesses are far superior to your strengths. And what we don't realize is that this is exactly what we do to ourselves over the course of time. Over the course of 5, 10, 20 years, we subconsciously make excuses for what we fear we will fail at attempting. So rather than trying, we make an excuse. And subtly, we're killing our dreams, our goals, and our aspirations. So this is why it is so important today to eliminate this word altogether. When somebody tells you that you can't do something, you have two options. You can deny that, or you can choose to accept the notion that your abilities are less than adequate because of an excuse. Or you can deny that person credit for their statement and prove them wrong. Now, this isn't just a phrase or a saying, but it's a way of life. It's something that requires you every single day to wake up and believe in yourself and to not make excuses. When you go to work and your boss tells you, hey, I need you to get this project done by 5 o'clock today, you don't just start making up a whole bunch of excuses and saying, oh, no, I can't do that. Bob in accounting, he's not here today, so, I don't have that time. But instead, you accept that challenge. You pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and you say, let's get to work. Because understand this, whether you fail or whether you succeed, you just gave yourself the opportunity to learn. You just enabled yourself to not run from adversity. So I've spoken at middle schools where kids have told me that things like money, bullying, and their parents' well-being are the biggest struggles that they face in life. And that's because adversity isn't always something that you can see on the outside, like it is for me. For a lot of us, it's something that's internal that we struggle with. And that's okay, because the second that we realize that things such as failure and judgment are just byproducts of fear, we learn that we can overcome those obstacles. We learn that if we make friends with our weaknesses and we empower our strengths, that we can overcome any obstacle. So this is what I'm going to tell you right now. Forget about what people say about you. Forget about what people think about you. Because if we dwell on what we lack, then all we're doing is letting that inhibit our goals for our future potential. So now I'll leave you with this. A friend once came to me and said that one of his biggest struggles was that he didn't have a daily reminder like all of us. That with somebody with a limb difference, they can wake up and they can just see that, and then that's their daily reminder. And it's true. If I wake up and I look down on my hands, or anybody who's missing an arm, a leg, a foot, all they have to do is look at that, and they realize why they can't turn back now, how far they have come. But what I told him and what I assured him of was that every single one of us with 5 fingers has that exact same daily reminder. All you have to do is look down at your hand. With every finger carries a word. Those words combine for a phrase, and that phrase is your new lifestyle. And that is can't, is not an excuse. Thank you.